Sequoia Bainbridge reached for the small towel on the hook next to the sink. The rough terry cloth rubbed like sandpaper on her skin, but it was better than letting the Arctic winter air dry her face. She smirked at herself in the mirror. A thin golden ring appeared around the deep brown of her almond-shaped eyes, becoming more pronounced the further into shifter territory she got. Even her canines seemed longer and sharper. She pressed one against her full bottom lip, and a small drop of blood formed beneath it. Leaning away from the mirror, Sequoia stretched her arms above her head to loosen some of the tension building in her body. Her wolf would need to run soon. In the meantime, she flexed and fawned over herself in the foggy hotel mirror. In preparation for the annual shifter gathering, Sequoia doubled down on her martial arts training, and it showed. With every move, a delicate ripple of muscle showed beneath her red-brown skin. The reddish undertone, the basis for her name, at least partially. Her mother met her father while on a soul-searching trip in Sequoia National Park. According to her mother's oversharing, Sequoia was conceived under the canopy of those large, majestic trees. Sequoia's mother always spoke fondly of her father, but Sequoia had no memories of her own. He died before she was born, having been hit by a semi-truck while in wolf form. "Hurry up, Koi. I've got to pee." Sequoia could hear her best friend's dainty feet dancing along the threadbare carpet of their cheap hotel room. Each cotton fiber rasping harshly together almost made Sequoia regret the decision to accept her wolf half. Her mother and paternal grandparents kept the fact that her father was a wolf shifter a secret until her 18th birthday. It was rare for a wolf to conceive with a human because most wolves thought mating with a human beneath them. Sequoia's birthday had fallen on the night of a full moon, which totally screwed up her birthday plans. The first signs of her change hit her hard just as she arrived at the dance club with her friends. That's how she met Rhea. Sequoia had stumbled away into the nearby alley in the middle of Rhea's own transformation. She appeared by Sequoia's side like an angel. Rhea's honey-colored skin glistened with the exertion of holding a partial shift, her wings sprouting from her shoulder blades forming a cocoon around them both, a shield to hide Sequoia while she struggled through the grueling transformation from human to wolf. Rhea's eagle guided Sequoia's wolf to a safe place after that change. They became best friends after that. Sequoia would need a safe place to run again very soon. The closer she got to West Cliff, the harder it became to keep her wolf at bay. Sequoia took one last look at herself before opening the door. Rhea ran past her and straight for the toilet. They'd been friends long enough that it didn't bother Sequoia. She needed to get used to it anyway if she wanted to be accepted by the shifter community. They didn't have the same hang-ups as humans when it came to nudity and bodily functions. "Hurry up, we need to hit the road before the snow starts to fall," Sequoia said, slamming the door closed behind her. "You are so miserly. This is going to be so exciting." She ignored her friend's babbling. Sequoia was not usually this brusque, but for what she planned to do, she needed to sharpen her edge. Finding a suitable mate was top on her priority list. In the shifter community, that meant maybe a fight or two if her heart decided on a coveted male. Sequoia did not plan to try for an alpha mate at the gathering. Despite her good looks, she was still half human. That disqualified her as a mate for most alpha males, no matter how high she ranked amongst her peers. Sequoia was also not so keen on throwing herself to the wolves over a man, something her human half would never reconcile with her wolf half about. Sequoia checked the time on her phone. Rhea would take a while to dress and wouldn't be out of the bathroom again until her makeup was perfect. That gave Sequoia at least an hour to practice. Living in the city didn't lend to lengthy full moon prowls. It had something to do with vampires and a sort of Cold War that was centuries old. Another reason these gatherings were so important. It was just as much about sharing intelligence as it was challenges and mating. Rhea as a bird shifter had it easy. Their rules for mating were a lot less bound by tradition. Wolf shifters, however, mated based on the notion of survival of the fittest. Alphas had their pick of women, but usually the strongest of the women were chosen to lead beside them as alpha female.